We are the New York Knicks. We gon' break them down. New York. We gon' shake them down. New York. We are the New York Knicks. We are the New York Knicks. We gon' break them down. New York. We gon' shake them down. New York. We are the New York Knicks. We are the New York Knicks. We gon' break them down. New York. We gon' shake them down. New York. We are the New York Knicks. We are the New York Knicks. We gon' break them down. New York. We gon' shake them down. New York. We are the New York Knicks. We are the New York Knicks.
FM.
What up? What up? What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the January 1st, 2024 edition of the Church Guys Post Game Show. Bishop D-Lo, Bishop L with you on this New Year's Day. Happy New Year to everyone out there. Do us a favor, like, share, tag, comment. First game of 2024 here on New Year's Day. An early start. Knicks beat the Western Conference leading Minnesota Timberwolves by a count of 112 to 106. OG Anunoby in his Knick debut, 17 points, 6 rebounds, fouled out late in the game on 2 very questionable calls at the end of that game in the fourth quarter. The officiating was just very uneven, but not to take away from what went well today. Knicks did blow a 22-point lead, but again, we're talking about the team that is leading the Western Conference. You knew a run was coming. So again, like, share, tag, comment as we bring in Bishop L. Talk to us from the dark of your car.
What up, family? All I have to say is we will not miss RJ long. We will not miss Quickly. Well, we might miss Quickly a little longer, but I think this was a great game. I think OG showed us what he's very capable of doing. He can lock down anybody on the floor.
1 through 4.
And we still have 2 guys that are supposed to be coming off that bench that we haven't seen yet. And so I don't want to
wait. 2. Who's the second? There's only 1.
There's 2 guys.
We got Malachi Flynn. No, we got Preston Tachua, Malachi Flynn, and OG Anunoby.
Right. Preston.
We saw Precious today. Precious played today,
but he didn't start.
No, I mean, he's not going to start. Obviously, we have Hartenstein in place. But Precious did play 9 minutes, did not score, but did have 3 rebounds. He picked up 2 fouls, played some decent defense in the post against Rudy Gobert. So, you know, he's going to be impactful. We just didn't see Malachi Flynn at all yet.
Right. So, I mean, I think we have nothing to be alarmed about as far as it pertains to that bench. I think Tibbs is going to figure out the chemistry of the bench. And we'll see what happens. It is a strong.
Wait, is that faith in the coach? I hear. What is that faith in the coach?
I have no faith in the coach.
You just said Tibbs is gonna figure it out.
That's wishful thinking.
It is wishful thinking. You know that as well as I do.
It's wishful thinking, you know. But overall, I think it was a great game. I like what I see from OG. And he looks like he belongs here. He looks like he is not rattled at all by the heaviest jersey in sports history, and he's what we said the other day. He's a dog. He's a dog, y'all.
OG Anunoby, what I saw today is, you know, it goes back to something Alan Hahn said the other night right after the trade. It's all about fit. It is all about fit, and he fits. He absolutely fits.
He fits.
You saw the floor open up a lot. That starting unit is a lot more fluid now. You've got OG who doesn't look for the ball. He moves well without the ball. OG, and with this offense, he makes more sense than RJ. And that, again, everybody knows how much of an RJ Barrett fan I am. And it doesn't pain me as much to say that, especially after watching OG play with Julius Randle and Jalen Brunson today. The way they move with the ball, you have to move without the ball in order to be able to be impactful on this team. And so he moves very well without the ball, got a lot of dunks, not afraid to go hard to the basket all the time. I loved it.
I like the chemistry between Dante and OG.
Yes, because they're 2 guys that move without the ball. They move with and without the ball very well. You can those are dogs, like you said. Those are guys who are gonna attack the basket, can knock down an open 3-point shot. What can you say about Dante DiVincenzo? He is just absolutely shooting lights out.
He's shooting like
And there was a point in the fourth quarter where, as David Wright joins us, there was a point in the fourth quarter where I'm watching Josh Hart
Davey's
out
got
there.
the glasses.
Davey's got the glasses on. He's got the glasses on. That's big. I'm going to let Davey go in a second. Let me finish this point. But there was a point in the fourth quarter where I'm looking for Dante, and I'm like, why has Tibbs not gone back to DiVincenzo while OG was still on the court? Because I'm like, right now, they're keying on Jalen Brunson, and he's not shooting well. You need guys who are going to spread this floor, and OG and Dante together really open that offense up. Davey, let's talk with the glasses.
I think I'm a believer.
Welcome to the dark side, Davey.
I am a believer.
What's up,
And
Overseer Jay? Overseer Jason Hendrickson. What's going on? Happy New Year, bro.
It's not that I know OG only going to give us about 16, 17, 18 points. But when they had that boy on Anthony Edwards.
The job he did defensively today. But did you see the defense was contagious? His energy made everybody's defense go up a notch.
It's very Xavier McDaniel.
Man, that's another 15 points added to his.
Yeah.
So I am a believer. And he had a quiet 16, 17 points.
I wouldn't call it quiet, though, but because he had some thunderous dunks.
Yeah.
And he hit that big three before they fouled him out. Yes, I said they fouled him out because those last two foul calls were atrocious. Atrocious. The last two, yeah. The last two foul calls were horrible. Horrible officiating today.
And I'm seeing something different I'm seeing a joy from Julius Randle.
A joy.
Yeah.
I'm seeing him smiling and
he's
that
having fun again.
Man,
I really think when he got with Melo this summer, Melo just said, "Listen, stop taking this so seriously, bro. Just
and
relax."
I saw some Melo in his game them last 3 shots.
Yeah.
You can see he's been working that mid range.
He's been
getting
working
to the
Melo.
basket.
You can tell. Yeah.
There is a difference. And he said he wanted to get better with his efficiency, and you can see the difference. Randall only took 6 threes today. Jason said, "Where's Butler and all that darkness?"
And we won this game with Jalen Brunson, 5 for 23?
Jalen Brunson was 5 for 23 today, did not shoot well, 1 of 9 from 3. He was due a bad game. But here's the thing I liked.
14
assists for
14
Jalen Brunson.
assists.
14 assists, 2 turnovers.
I think that OG hitting that corner 3 better than RJ was.
Yes, and that's the thing. He's a better option for the way this offense flows.
I'm sorry. I would like to apologize to y'all for my disbelief.
OG Anunoby fits. He fits this lineup. I'm still worried a bit about the bench scoring, even though Quentin Grimes got 16 minutes off the bench and gave us 10 important points. I saw the Quentin Grimes that I saw in the summer league when he first came into the league. I saw that tonight, and that was very, very important. Jason saying, "Calm down. It's just one game. One game is all you need. You've got to remember, this is one game without a practice.
Without a practice.
If OG was this good and played this well with this group without a practice, what are you gonna see once they've got some practices and some time under their belt? The Knicks showed tonight.
What is Jason Tatum gonna do when he can't get past OG?
Come on, there you go.
Listen, there was a sequence in the first half in that second quarter where we took over the game pretty much in that second quarter where you saw oh my goodness, where on one trip down, OG was on Anthony Edwards. The next trip down, he was on Karl Anthony Towns. And
Absolutely.
I'm like, oh my God, this versatility is going to be scary.
Yeah. Yeah.
When you can take out 2 explosive players by yourself. in back-to-back defensive sequences, that's huge. Jason said, "You know how y'all know how this Knicks sparks go." No, I mean, you know, I think it's ironic that OG is wearing number 8, the last prominent Knick to wear the number 8. Uh, the deal that was made for him was for another beloved New York Knick, but led us to the NBA Finals. A guy by the name of Latrell Sprewell, who was traded for John Starks, and
Come
Knick
Choker
on.
fans
coach,
were up in
choker,
arms over that. But
choker coach Freewell, choker
but
coach
what
Freewell,
Choker
brother.
Coach Spreewell. But what happened? Spree got here and it ignited something in this team. And so and OG has that ability to do that. You can see it. Ted said it wasn't mad at the trade, but yeah, the bench is definitely going to miss IQ. I really don't know what's going to happen. And give the rock to Jaylen Brown for what? Jaylen Brown has done nothing against the Knicks since he's been in the league. And that's not a knock. That's me objectively watching because I've seen Jaylen Brown destroy other teams,
Yeah.
and he does nothing against the Knicks. He does. I don't know. I don't know if he's scared of the orange and blue. I don't know what it is, but he does not play well against the Knicks. Period.
This is becoming more and more like I think this is Tibbs' dream team.
Yes, yes.
He got
This is
lockdown defenders. He got Josh Hart's a lockdown defender too.
Josh Hart showed me something that I've been thinking for a while, and I saw it today. I love his tenacity. I love the fact that Josh Hart is a heart player, no pun intended. But sometimes I think he plays hard, but he doesn't always play smart. I need him to smarten up a little bit because like
Yeah.
that offensive foul at the end of the
When he
game
was
there,
running, he wouldn't even
I'm
put on
like,
the brakes. He forgot to
I'm
put the
like,
brakes.
come on, you can't make that mistake there. You can't. That's not a mistake you can make there. OG's
Now,
length.
now, Lord, when was the last time the Knicks had multiple All NBA defensive team players?
Never.
'Cause
Never.
I think this is a year that Mitchell Robinson was on his way to that team,
He was. He absolutely was. So if you would have had Mitch and OG together, you would have probably had 2 All NBA defenders. Absolutely. I absolutely agree with that.
and
I
that's a
absolutely
champion.
agree with that.
That's the makings of a championship team.
It really is. It really is. What Hendrickson say here? He doesn't have to. The rest of the squad destroys y'all. The rest of the squad does not destroy us. That y'all only won one of those 3 games going away. And I mean, let's talk about it. With pretty much the same squad last year, except for having Porzingis and Drew Holiday, we owned y'all during the regular season. So I mean,
Sure did.
ultimately, the Knicks and Celtics go back and forth. It's all right. But as this team rounds into form, but Jaylen Brown, since he's been in the league, has never had a big game against the New York Knicks. Never,
Nope, and never
never.
will.
But I tell you, who's had some big games against the Celtics? A guy that's not even in our lineup anymore, Evan
Quickly.
Fournier. Not even quickly. Evan Fournier was torching the Celtics. You forget that. Evan Fournier has been torching the Celtics since he got in the Knick uniform. Since
Wasn't he a Celtic for a year?
Fournier, I don't remember. He might have been. I don't know. Let's talk about this season. But no, you can't just talk about this season because my statement was about Jaylen Brown's body of work against the New York Knicks. He has never in his entire career had a big game against the Knicks. So if that's the statement, that's the context we're working with. So historical data says that
Yeah.
Jaylen Brown does not play well historically against the New York Knicks. And this is a man who got $300+ million.
And if you want to talk about this year, when they played the Celtics this year,
Still nothing.
Porzingis was the one that killed them, not
Absolutely.
Jaylen Brown.
Absolutely. And that's why they got, honestly, let's be real. That's why they got Porzingis, because they realized, they needed somebody that was going to be able to stretch the floor. And this is not a league with a bunch of stretch fives. And you saw how much they struggled when Porzingis was injured. So
Absolutely.
they need Porzingis to be healthy. Now, I'm not discrediting your squad, Jason. Listen, you know me, Jay. I'm a realist. Boston is a top 3 team in the Eastern Conference. I absolutely believe that. But without the Boston Celtics have to be healthy in order for them to actually make noise. Because if Porzingis goes down again, Milwaukee and Philly, and even with Porzingis, because Philly has Joel Embiid, that makes Boston susceptible to them as well, especially when Tyrese Maxey is playing out of his mind right now. Y'all had him and let him go. He didn't want to be here anymore. He didn't want to be here anymore. You
He
know,
was a racist.
you know, it's one of those things where Porzingis decided he wanted to be elsewhere, and so we gave him what he wanted. It is what it is. There's no sense crying over spilt milk. It is what it is. I just want to talk about the Knicks today, who OG Anunoby and Precious Achua and these new players are showing their value early, and I think the Knicks are going to be really, really good. Ted, I agree that Indiana with Halliburton, the problem is Indiana doesn't defend anybody, and that's not going to help them in the playoffs. In the playoffs, it's a half-court game. You can't run like that in the playoffs. The way they run in the regular season, scoring 140 points a game, you're not going to be able to do that in the playoffs. You can't.
And Halliburton's a bad boy.
He
But
is.
if we put this OG on him, you ain't getting 2020 from no Halliburton. Not with OG on him.
I mean, think about it. Cleveland was running. Cleveland in that backcourt with Darius Garland and Donovan Mitchell last year was running over everybody during the regular season. And then they
Until
got
they
to the
got the
playoffs.
playoffs.
That game slows down, and the better half-court teams are going to win. And that's when the Knicks exposed them. They were a great run-and gun team, but they don't defend well in the half court, and Mitchell Robinson outplayed 2 7-footers by himself.
Yeah.
You know, it was one of those things where guys like Jalen Brunson and even Julius Randle, they will thrive come playoff time because they are half court players. The Knicks are not a get out and run team. The second unit before quickly got traded was, but that as their starting unit is not a get out and run team. They're going to beat you in the half court, and they're going to defend you to death. And that's what's going to make the Knicks dangerous in the playoffs if they can remain healthy and this thing gels the way that it needs to. I mean, anything can happen in the playoffs. It's a crapshoot. It's a crapshoot.
Right.
No, we don't burn sage over here. They do that in Brooklyn at the Barclays Center. Kyrie Irving did that over there in Brooklyn. We don't do that over on 33rd and 7th. We don't burn sage on 33rd and 7th.
We got holy oil. We got
Right.
holy prayer oil.
We saved over at 33rd and 7th. I think Butler might have took them a batch of that oil that he mixed last night.
Yeah.
But the Knicks again win tonight. This afternoon, 112 to 106. A lot of good things to take away. Julius Randle was very efficient, 14 for 24, 2 of 6 from 3, 9 rebounds to go with 39 points. Another big game from Julius Randle, who is playing probably some of the best basketball of his career, especially since the beginning of December. And I think the Knicks have 2 All-Stars this year. I think it's going to be, you will be hard-pressed, thinking about the Eastern Conference, you would be hard-pressed to find 5 guards and 5 forwards who are better than Julius Randle and Jalen Brunson and putting them in the All-Star game over them. You would be hard-pressed to find that.
I agree. And Julius Randle, he balled out today. He picked up Jalen Brunson. Brunson wasn't on. He picked him up. And Hartenstein. I mean, again, that's that contagious defense. You see Anunoby out there balling like that. Hartenstein all of a sudden turned into Dikembe Mutombo.
Oh my good! 3 blocks on Rudy Gobert dunk attempts. Hartenstein.
Rudy Gobert is 8'7".
Rudy Gobert is a legitimate, big who gets it done. I mean, this man was an all-star himself, and what Hartenstein did to him today, Rudy Gobert's numbers today, Rudy Gobert was shut down, really. Rudy Gobert had 10 points. He did have 15 rebounds, but he only had 10 points tonight. And that's huge, especially for a game where Karl Anthony Towns had 29. Anthony Edwards had 35. So they had big games. But the important thing was the Knicks didn't let anybody else beat them. And that was important. There were no huge games from cats that we never heard of, which has been a problem for us, Dave. You get some unnamed dude that'll come into the Garden on a team with a huge star, and they'll get their career in the right. They'll have their career night against us, and we're like, who is he, and what just happened? That the Knicks didn't allow that tonight. The defense was solid. Looks like the defense has returned there. Hendrickson says, now y'all see Cam and Mace to hire Mark Jackson. Listen, I'm down. Y'all want to bring Jason on full time? Y'all, we can bring Jason on full time. I'm fine with that. He brings a dissenting opinion, and it's good to have that sort of thing sometimes. I do love what Cam and Mace are doing with their Is What It Is podcast as well. Shout out to them. Y'all go ahead and Mason Betha and Cameron Giles, who while they were at Manhattan Center, I got to play against them in high school as well. And you know, listen, Cameron Giles, Cam Killer Cam, as y'all know him as the rapper, that boy could ball. That
Really?
boy, he was nice. He was nice when he was at Manhattan Center. They beat us. When I was at John Jay, they beat us in the playoffs to get to the Garden. So Bishop J Mack is with us. But yeah, Cam and Mace, they both nice. But Cam, he will always be Cameron Giles to me because, like I said, I played against him in high school. But yo, Killer Cam is a baller.
I didn't know that.
No, this is.
Yeah, he's
Hey,
a baller.
fellas, I
Yes.
just wanted to jump in. Y'all see where
Live
I'm
from
at.
Top
I
Golf.
wanted to jump in and say, great win. OG looks great, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. Dave, I called in just to hear what you thought about game one with OG.
Oh,
I'm
he
a be-
apologized. He's a
I'm a
believer now.
believer. I
Wait, J Mac is
am.
ordering. He needs to
Cherry
hear this.
7 up. Cherry Sprite.
Hold on, you got to hear this. Okay, Dave, go ahead. Tell him
I
now.
am a believer. I would like to apologize for my disbelief in OG Ananobi. He is the real deal, and he's just what we needed.
OG Ananobi, 17 points off the bench. 17 points starting tonight as the number 3 option. A great game before.
With no plays run for him.
No,
With
That's
no
no,
just
practice.
with no
All he had
practice.
was a shoot
Didn't have no
around.
plays run. He was just out there and scored 17. RJ
And
has plays run for him and he scored 17. He didn't even have any plays called for him.
And he knocked down a big corner three that pushed the lead back to 7. Where after Minnesota was making that run, and people will say, well, yeah, well they blew a 22-point lead. That's the best team in the Western Conference.
Yeah.
That's the
Can't
number one
say
seed
that,
out there.
right? That's the best team in the Western Conference. They're gonna make a run, and in this league, as we all know, 20-point leads are not safe anymore.
Never.
And especially when it's the best team in the conference. So the Knicks did what they had to do. Timely shots. And can we talk about Julius Randle, the closer today?
Yes, that's that
Julius
Carmelo in
Randle
him. That
closed
he
today.
need to spend a weekend with
No,
Carmelo
listen,
every week. Every weekend, I want him at Carmelo's house. That's where I need him.
I just want to chime in real quick. Great win for the Knicks. Let's go. Let's go Anunoby. Let's go. Let's go Anunoby.
All right,
Let's
Bishop.
go.
Orange and blue skies, J Mac. Enjoy Top Golf, man.
Yes, sir. All right. Good one, man.
Yeah,
So,
Julius closed out the game tonight.
Yeah, Julius was fantastic tonight. Julius Randle really held his own tonight. Well, this afternoon. I keep saying tonight, but this afternoon, again, 39 points, but none bigger than the points he got in crunch time. Even though he missed that free throw that would have gave him 40, but still another great performance from a rejuvenated Julius Randle, who looks engaged. He looks determined. He still makes a crazy pass here or there, which makes me question him sometimes. But I really do like what I'm seeing out of Julius Randle the last month, and it is our hope that if it continues, and he's already said his goal is to bring a title to New York. That's a player that gets it, Dave. That's a player that gets it. He understands if I win a championship in New York,
I'm the man, forever.
I'm the king of the world.
Yes.
You win an NBA title in New York, you'll never pay for another meal as long as you live. You'll never get another drive and a parking ticket in New York City. You ain't gonna have to pay no mortgage on your house. People just gonna give you stuff.
Yeah, and I don't know, because usually I didn't hear this coming from like the players. Oh, we're gonna miss RJ, we're gonna miss Quick. When Julius gave his post game, it seemed like he feel like this is his team now. Because there was a lot of narrative, RJ's homegrown. RJ, a lot of the posters in the city got RJ on them or had RJ. So maybe Julius feel like he's in more control now, and I didn't hear him talk about a championship until yesterday and today.
That's a very interesting take, and you know what? There's some validity to that, Dave. I totally agree. I think that Julius was kind of behind the eight ball coming in here as this player who the Knicks signed and brought in. Then the next year they drafted Obi Toppin, like literally, almost like
Drafted
saying
Obi,
we're
and he's
already
supposed to take.
preparing for your replacement.
Yes.
And here we have the number 3 pick in the draft that year that we brought you in. This is our homegrown guy. This is a guy who wants to be here. The college basketball preseason #1 player, and we're gonna build around him. And so Julius maybe never thought about putting down roots in New York and saying, you know what, this is home. This is my team. And me and Jalen gonna do some stuff. I think now there's a breath of fresh air. It's definitely clear that the court has opened up a lot more.
Oh, yeah.
Just seeing this today, that the floor opens up a lot more with OG Anunoby instead of having RJ Barrett. But I'm interested to see tonight. Tonight, the Toronto Raptors are playing tonight against the Cleveland Cavaliers. I'm going to tune in and watch that game tonight on my NBA League Pass. I want to see how Quick looks in the starting lineup. There's a video circulating in practice yesterday because the Raptors did have their first practice yesterday that Quickly and RJ participated in. Quickly hit 100 straight threes in practice.
Oh my God.
Yo.
Oh my God.
And I'm watching this video going, we gonna miss this scoring. Oh my God. He made 100 straight 3-pointers in practice.
And I did see our bench suffer because I don't think McBride is it. McBride is still trying to find that niche. He can probably hit a shot here and there. He got to be hot though.
I don't even think that's it. I think Tibbs is the problem there. Because if McBride is now going to be Jalen Brunson's backup, then you've got to give him Quickly minutes. You've got to. We'll never know if McBride is the answer or not if you're only playing him 7-8 minutes a game. McBride played today in this huge game. You had Jalen Brunson play 41 minutes.
Wow.
You played McBride 7 minutes. 7. You've got to let McBride be the backup. And I get it. You had to play Brunson 40, especially in a game today where Brunson didn't have it. Let's just be real. Shooting, He didn't have it. And I appreciate the 14 assists, but if you were brought here to score, Jalen, and if you're not scoring, there's not really much I need you for.
We didn't need John Stockton. We needed Iverson.
And so, yeah. And then you've got McBride on your bench. You only play him 7 minutes, and then we don't see him pretty much the entire second half. You've got to have faith in your bench. And that was something that Quickly had finally developed, and he had gotten the coach's faith. And now McBride has to earn that. And the funny thing is, you'll hear I've heard the announcers say, Tibbs is very high on McBride. They love him. They just gave him this 3-year, $13 million extension. Play the kid.
Play him.
Play him. You didn't give him $4.3 million a year for the next 3 years to play 7 minutes a night.
Right.
Play the kid.
Let's see what he can do. Let's see what he got.
Right. Now you've got us, but I get it. Tibbs is
Ain't nobody in his way. The way is clear. You got you the backup point. Nobody in your way.
Right. You are the backup now. And so, you've got this kid now who's in a position to where he can now, because he lit the G League up with those first 2 years of his career. He was putting up 35 a night in the G League. So we know McBride can score. But he has not had the sustained minutes here with the big club in order for us to be able to see anything other than his flashes of brilliance on a defensive end. He is an A+ defender.
Yes, he is.
McBride has an offensive bag that we haven't seen yet, and Tibbs won't let him loose.
If we can get that G League McBride,
which again, quickly about the Westchester Knicks, they are currently leading the G League with a 14-4 record.
Wow.
They just won the G League Showcase, so they're in the G League version of the in-season tournament. They just won the G League Showcase, and they're well on their way to probably bringing a chip to New York before the Knicks do.
That'll be something.
Oh, the jokes that would happen if the Westchester Knicks win the G League.
Oh my goodness. But it was a good win for us today, man. We needed this.
Good New Year's Day win. Now it's another home game Wednesday night against the Chicago Bulls. Weird 8:30 start tip-off time, which is very strange for a game at Madison Square Garden. But the Bulls are a team that's reeling, so the Knicks should benefit from the home cooking. OG Anunoby will get a practice tomorrow in, and things will be going well. My big bro, Bishop Shelvis Green Sr. Let's go Knicks. Yes, sir, Bishop Green. Let's go
Green.
Knicks. We are excited. Knicks start off 2024 with the win, 112-106. We didn't want to hold y'all long today. We just wanted to come on and get after getting our first look at the new look New York Knicks, and so far we like what we see. So
Oh yeah.
Wednesday night we will be back post game after Knicks Bulls from the Garden as well. Shout out to Bishop L, who was with us briefly. He was in the car. Shout out to Bishop J Mack, who was hanging out at Top Golf but chimed in. Shout out to Jason Hendrickson, who wants to be a part of our broadcast team
Bring
so
them
badly.
on. Bring them on.
we gonna bring you on, Jay. We gonna make you a regular. We gonna make you a regular, Jay. And of course to Pastor David Wright, our resident Knick super fan here. Don't forget to tune in to Church Guys Love Sports 2 every Monday at noon. So obviously you'll be on next Monday, and we'll be looking forward to that. But we'll be back here for the post game show, Church Guys post game show on Wednesday, following Knicks Chicago Bulls from Madison Square Garden. Until
Wednesday
then,
night.
Yep, orange and blue skies. Looking forward to it again as the Knicks try to get their second straight win at home. Until then, orange and blue skies. Happy New Year again to you all, and we'll
Happy
see you
New
on
Year,
Wednesday night.
orange and blue skies, baby.
Have a good night, everyone.
Peace.